Hello, everyone. I'm Tom Spray-Fry. I'm a financial planner at Heritage Financial Consultants. We are here today to speak with Brian Gracie, the founder and financial planner at Heritage Financial Consultants, to learn more about the positive impact that the organization has on their clients through Heritage's innovative financial solutions and education. Brian's career in the financial industry, why it's vital to select the right financial planner, his penchant for philanthropic and charitable efforts locally here in town, and more. Brian has been instrumental in the growth of Heritage Financial Consultants as both the founder and managing partner. He has worked in the financial services field since 1989, specializing in asset management, estate planning, and financial planning for individuals and business owners. He concentrates on private wealth management with a focus on multi-generational planning. His diverse clientele includes high net worth individuals and families, professionals, business owners, executives of both private and public companies. Brian is a lifelong Baltimorean who resides in Reisterstown, Maryland with his wife, Gina. He's an avid golfer. He enjoys all sports. He is active in the community, serving on several charitable boards who have a mission of serving children. On a side note, Brian is also the individual that brought me into the business, which I am forever grateful for that opportunity. Hello, Brian, and welcome.
Thanks, Tom. Welcome to you. Good to see you.
Glad you could join us here. So we're going to ask a few questions. First, Brian, let's kick off things with learning a little bit more about you. How did you first get into the world of financial planning?
I started as an intern in a company called Morgan Financial Group when I was in college. And one of my father's best friends, Jim Morgan, who was the president of that company, was a family friend. We grew up playing golf together and going on family vacations. And when I interned, I got to work with some great people and see the business from a different lens, and that was really good. And what really attracted me to the business was not only could you help people, but they told me from the beginning you were in the development of your own business. So you were working long term to try to build something for yourself, and I thought that was a good fit for me. So never really had a job interview. That I kind of went to the car one night during my internship, and Jim Morgan said, "You are going to come back when you graduate," and I said, "Yes, I think so," and kind of that was it. So that was a long time ago, but I was very lucky to find someplace that was a great place to work, and as well as with some great people. So very lucky, very blessed that way.
Excellent. For a quarter century, Heritage has made a positive impact on the lives of their clients, their families, and their businesses through innovative solutions and education. Can you please explain for the audience what sets Heritage Financial Consultants apart from others when it comes to helping each client with their own personalized financial planning?
I think fundamentally, our firm was very early in the development of doing comprehensive financial planning, where in the 90s, before most wealth managers were involved in sitting down with their clients and really going through all parts of their financial life, we were doing that. So we were kind of at the forefront. We had a head start in that world. And what we found over time is that, most of our clients have a CPA, they have an attorney, they have an insurance person, they have an investment person, but very rarely do they have one person that can really advise them across all those different disciplines and provide them advice that is clear and that is what I think separates us apart over time, is the planning part of it. The wealth management that comes out of that planning is obviously where and how we get compensated for revenue, but it's that planning that I think really sets us apart.
As the founder and managing partner of Heritage Financial Consultants, you've seen a lot of changes in the financial services industry, and you've largely been instrumental in the growth of the firm. What changes have you seen personally that have helped accelerate that growth?
Well, it's funny. I'm old now, so I've been doing this a while. So in the beginning, when I first started, you had the banking people, you had the investment people, and you had the insurance people, and they were all separated. And what happened probably 5 years into us in the business is they merged those together. So today, people are not really interested in having 3 or 4 people help them with their finances. So having the ability to again do the planning across all those different disciplines became important. The other things that I've seen is that as an advisor, it's very difficult to be by yourself and to provide the services that a client would need. So when we started Heritage, the whole idea behind that was to have the advisors pull the resources, work together, and build the capabilities to handle and work effectively with clients that were bigger, better, and had bigger needs. And that has happened over the 30-year period. We've done a lot of I would say a lot of cases we help our clients. I say we help them make good, educated decisions and have the ability to back up those decisions with our planning. We've done a lot of multi-generational planning. So a lot of our clients were working with multiple generations. We try to get the kids involved in the planning early on. And I think that's really important. And now, we're going to with the pandemic and technology, we're now going to a digital planning. So today, people, our business in the past was a clunky business. You gathered all this information, you put together this plan, you met, and then you met again, and then you met again, and you met again to work through all the issues that you were looking at with your planning. Today, it's digitized, so we can make adjustments very quickly, all at one time to show and illustrate what all these different things that are going on in their financial life. So I think the time frame and the efficiency of doing these plans has really improved a bunch over time.
You mentioned it. You mentioned your age and now that you're old, but you also mentioned 30 years. So I imagine in that 30 years, you've seen a lot. So can you tell us, how you have adapted to the changes and the trends that allow you to stay on that cutting edge?
Well, you're reading a lot. I will say the business has changed quite a bit. Obviously, the products, some of the planning techniques have changed. Obviously, the tax laws have changed tremendously over time. So you have to remain current. You have to be involved with a bunch of supporting people who are on top of their games. We employ a lot of really high quality people that are helping us stay abreast of what's going on in the world, whether it's an investment specialist or a CPA or an attorney from an estate planning standpoint. You need these experts as part of your plan to help do and stay up with the changes that are going on in the world.
Year in and year out, Heritage Financial Consultants continues to be honored as one of the top workplaces in the area. Your motto of work hard, play hard, make a difference rings true every day. Talk about the culture at Heritage Financial Consultants and why you think the organization is so special.
I think it is our culture, and I think that slogan that we come up with is a good is relevant to us. So I think that we do have a lot. We do really work hard. There's a lot of people here that have been here decades and from the beginning. So we have a lot of loyalty. We have a lot of people who have like I said, 20 plus years with us. So we've obviously we also enjoy each other. We also do a lot of things outside of work. We like to have fun together. We like to go and do football games or go to out to planning meetings and we do a lot of different things together. But the making a difference is, I think, where we get the most buy-in. So our work in itself, we think, makes a difference with a client, whether they're a brand new client where you can have an impact from the beginning with their initial planning, or ongoing as things change and as their life changes. You can really be impactful to that client just from doing a good job at your work. In addition to that, making a difference not only at work but outside of work. So making a difference in the community, getting involved and and trying to make our not only our city but the world a better place. I think that we're trying to do that on a daily basis, and we're doing okay at that.
Switching back to the financial planning aspect, there's a misconception among outsiders looking in that selecting a financial advisor is only for the wealthy, which simply isn't true. What are some of the benefits in selecting the right financial advisor, and why is it so important?
So before I answer your question, I would say that I don't think everyone needs a full-blown financial advisor. I think there's plenty of people that could benefit from a consult where they come in and they meet with someone to understand their situation and give them a roadmap to move forward with and to put into place. They also may need someone to do updates where it's like almost going back to the doctor. Are we on track? Are we, how are we doing? What other things should I be considering? And so forth. At our firm, we've made a big point to say, I don't think we don't really have a minimum. So a lot of people ask you, well, what is your firm's minimum? You certainly have to have, $1 million or $2 million or more to come work with someone at our firm. And that's really not the case. I think that if you're looking for someone to do to invest with, you should really make sure that you're doing planning. Make sure they really understand your family. Make sure they really understand you. And then really try to find out what your concerns are, and then work through that process when you're doing the planning. So I think that if I look back on my career, my 10 largest clients, I did this analysis a couple of years ago. I think 8 of them started their relationship with me with under $500,000 of investments. So some of these people have grown to 8, 9, 10 figure kind of assets and investments. So you don't know if you can do a good job for someone, stay with them, help them through their career and their life. Then that's how we really can help a client.
Great, thank you. So turning our attention now to another important topic for individuals. Hard to believe that we're saying this, but year-end planning. There's always an emphasis on return on investment, but there's so much more to it with regard to estate planning. Could you explain to the audience why this is important, and in what ways do you personally help clients prepare for this each year? And then second part of the question, how has this process evolved over time?
Well, okay. So, the calendar does drive a lot of your decisions in the world, and some of those are tax related, some of those are charitable, and some of those are from an estate standpoint. So, we really try to work with our clients to not make it fully a year-end decision, because it is it produces too much stress at the year end. But some of the things that people are looking at are, from a giving standpoint, should they be giving to their charities, and how should they gift? Should they gift in cash? Should they set up a donor advised fund? Should they allocate money directly out of their investments to a charity? Should they look at other strategies that help them from an income standpoint, and with the remainder interest going to charity? And then other things they look at are geared around some of our higher net worth families are looking at how do you gift, how do you make these wealth transfer decisions? And again, the calendar is the thing that makes that happen. This deadline makes that happen, but we think it's important to, if you know you're going to do the planning, there's no reason to always wait till the end. But if you're not talking with your advisor at the end of the year about your investment gains or losses, your charitable giving, and your estate planning, I think that obviously you are probably not getting the full service that you probably should have.
Brian, as we wrap up the conversation, you are a huge advocate for charitable interests in the Baltimore area and quite active with your spare time with organizations such as the Franciscan Center of Baltimore, Catholic Charities, the First Tee, which is an organization in inner city Baltimore that helps individuals build character and teaching them certain life skills through your favorite hobby, golf. And personally, I've seen you mentor young individuals. It's abundantly clear that you're deeply connected to the community and also through your faith. Can you talk to us about this important aspect and how it balances you?
Sure. So, I mean, God has blessed me in so many ways, and I have wonderful. I have wonderful parents who, really drilled into my head: work hard, don't give up, do the right thing and do your best. And then I was very fortunate to have 3 or 4 mentors over the last 20 or 30 years that really, really drilled into my head, giving back. And giving back in the beginning for me was giving back my time, because I didn't have any finances to give back. But between your time and your talent and the money that you have, giving back to the community. And what I've found, more gratifying is because I was so blessed and had such a good, good head start out there with other people around me. A lot of people are not in that situation. A lot of people, a lot of kids are not in great environments, and they don't have any parents or 2 parents, and they don't have a lot of mentors and teachers and coaches and so forth that are helping them. So anything that I like to get involved with is to try to make an impact at an early age, or through early age or mid, in second primary and secondary school, to give them a chance to make it, be productive in life and do that. So giving back there has always been a big thing that I thought would really make some kind of impact on the long run.
Great. And thank you for all that you do, Brian. So speaking of charitable giving, it's an important component to financial planning. What are some of the motivational factors behind client giving, and what ways do you help them understand where their assets will go? Why does it need to be kind of an ongoing and why it needs to be an ongoing conversation throughout the year?
Well, when you're doing charitable planning, there's usually 2 drivers of it. One is my income taxes that are I want to give. I just need to understand how to give better, and or I have had these events that I really need to lower my taxes, and that's why people are giving. So it could be a driver of I want to improve my financial situation, but I also do want to give. And then the other area is estate planning. So a lot of our clients are not going to make large gifts of consequences until they know their family is going to be okay. So it's important to go through that process where we're providing a baseline to make sure that you're not giving all your assets away that you're going to outlive. So doing that planning on a regular basis, understanding where they want to giving them options of how to do it more effectively is a big part of the planning that we're doing with clients.
Finally, and you just mentioned this, that you had a series of mentors, through growing up and your formative years in the business. Is there someone that along the way that helped you, inspire you to get to where you currently are?
Well, I mean, obviously there are a bunch of people, but Jim Morgan, who's hired me in the business, and some of my clients that have, kind of almost partnered with me, as a board member of our business. But then also our peers. I mean, Tom, you've been inspirational to work with, all of our partners, and the other advisors here. We're kind of doing this together. So this is not me. This is a team of people that are trying to do better for the client and to also improve the community. So this is clearly not the Brian Gracie show. This is our firm as a whole, moving forward and making this happen.
Brian, I just want to thank you for your time today. I also want to especially thank you for everything that you do in terms of your charitable endeavors throughout our community. I want to give a big thank you to Citybiz List for giving me the opportunity today to interview Brian and hear his story. And we're very appreciative.
All right. Thank you, Tom. It was great to talk to you again.